Please focus on what's really important here, which is our citizens. Get it together.
In their first council meeting since a mass shooting killed 4 people, city leaders were met with frustration by community members. They called on action for safety across the city, accountability, and unity. It has been 10 days since the shooting. The San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office saying the case could take months now to solve.
Months, right? Adding to the frustration, officials say they found 50 shell casings at the Lucille Avenue scene. They say that adds up to at least 5 guns. Sheriff seen here says there were known gang members at the toddler's party, but they don't know if that was a motive for the shooting. CBS 13 asking questions today at the press conference about surveillance cameras in the area.
It's been a week. Have you been able to identify these suspects on video at any point following this shooting?
I'm unaware of whether they've identified anyone at this time as being part of that shooting on that video evidence. Now, that doesn't mean that we think that somebody might have been involved in this or something like that, but at this time, I have not been briefed on anyone particular being identified via video evidence at this time.
So what don't they know? Officials say they're not sure how many suspects there are or if they ran off or drove off. What they do know is they were all dressed in black. Council chambers tonight were full as everyone, the council and community, worked through the aftermath of the birthday party shooting.
A reporter covering San Joaquin County, Charlie Lapastora, joining us now live from the meeting tonight. All right, Charlie, what can you tell us what happened?
Yeah, Tony and Marley, this is the first city council meeting since that shooting happened in Stockton, and the community showed up tonight as they worked through the grieving and aftermath of this horrific tragedy. As a matter of fact, the city council chambers were actually full. It reached full capacity, so residents took to the lobbies where it was live streamed. A common theme among residents is action to be taken to put an end to gang and gun violence. I spoke with Stockton residents who were born and raised here before this meeting started. One resident told me she's a victim of gun violence and is mourning. She's friends with one of the victims' families and says there needs to be funding to support the youth. Another resident is an organizer with the Delta Skywatchers Initiative and wants to address the real trauma affecting his community, wanting the full story to be told.
This tragedy is not a selling point. Our community is in shambles right now. We need healing. We do not need political moves right now.
Now, the Avadi Foundation for Kids also announced they've launched a 3-year intervention in Stockton with plans to open a chapter right here. The focus will be on racial disparities and violence, giving culturally sensitive trauma support, and calling for legislative action in light of each of those precious victims' lives.
Charlie, thank you. Live in Stockton. And speaking of those victims, 4 people did die in that shooting, including 3 children, 8-year-old Journey Rose, Ray Tutar Guerrero, 8-year-old Maya Lupian, 14-year-old Amari Peterson, and 21-year-old Susano Archuleta. More than a dozen others are hurt and recovering tonight. This morning, Amari Peterson's family stood beside Stockton Mayor, Vice Mayor Jason Lee.
I'm in the nightmare. I'm in the twilight zone. Ever since this happened, whatever the people can do to help, keep my son's name alive and to help, prevent this from happening again, I need that help too as well. And I'm willing to do whatever it takes for that to happen.
So tonight, the community came together in series to honor that teen.
Your reporter covering Stanislaus County, Nina Burns, joins us on how the city is standing together to honor his memory.
Dozens of community members coming together and crowding Whitmore Park this evening, all to honor Prescott Junior High student Amari Peterson.
It hurts to see the family mourning.
Friends, family, parents, and students gather to honor 14-year-old Amari Peterson, one of the 4 victims who lost their lives in a mass shooting at a child's birthday party in Stockton.
I don't have the right answer, but all I can do is show him love.
We're asking you for healing.
The Vigil, hosted by Ceres Junior Bulldogs, the youth football team Peterson played for.
He had much talent, much talent.
DeAndre Gonder coached Peterson in basketball and football since he was 5.
He's a very good basketball player, very good football player. Blazing speed. Man, he had the sky was the limit for that kid.
He was really kind.
Other classmates say they were in the middle of a group project.
We were just working on it together, and he was making a car, and we were going to get back to it on that Monday, but we never got back to it.
Signs with his nickname Ferrari, referencing his speed on the field, hung around lit candles. 1, 2, 3. His family says he was planning for high school, even looking at colleges.
Our school's heartbroken. We have a little memorial for him. It's heartbreaking.
But him as a person, he always had great spirit. You know, he always came up to me, greeted me with much respect, never disrespectful as far as a kid towards a grown-up. And, man, we losing a good one.
Series Junior Bulldogs say Amari's parents opted out of attending tonight due to the large crowd.
Nina, thank you. We'll stay on top of any new developments on Saturday's deadly mass shooting investigation. For the latest information, you can always head to our website, CBS13.com, and streaming always for you, CBS News Sacramento.